Mr. Staples.
Here.
Ms. Mount.
Here.
Mr. Kelleher.
Here.
Mr. Servnek.
Here.
Mr. Murphy. Ms. Winkler.
Here.
Ms. Biscardi.
Here.
Mr. P.
Here.
Adequate notice was published on Monday, January 10, 2022 in the Asbury Park Press. Manchester Times will advise specifying the time and place of the meeting. A statement to this effect shall be entered in the minutes of this meeting. Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from meeting in certain circumstances, whereas this public body is of the opinion such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be resolved by the Manchester Township Board of Education as follows. The public shall be excluded from discussion herein after specified subject matters. The general nature of the subject matters to be discussed is legal personnel negotiations. It's anticipated these matters will be made public within 60 days. This resolution shall become effective immediately. May I have a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
We'll be back in about a half hour.
Stable.
Here.
Ms. Mount.
Here.
Mr. Kelleher.
Here.
Mr. Servant.
Here.
Mr. Murphy. Here. Ms. Winkler.
Here.
Ms. Biscardi.
Here.
Mr. P.
Here. Please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome you all for coming out tonight. It's nice to see a full room. First, I think this room is full. We haven't been here that long, but it's nice to see everybody out tonight. So we do welcome you tonight. Start off with my reports. It's going to be very short. We're going to cut all of our reports short tonight, right, guys?
Yes.
Okay. It's pretty good.
They've been short.
Bernardo's going to be short, right? Okay. This last month, I was able to go to the middle school play. Charlie Brown thing is excellent. It was very, very entertaining. Much more so than I remembered it being. Last time I think I saw that was like 1973 or something, which was a while ago. But it was very entertaining. Kudos, Ms. Driver, you're here somewhere, I'm sure. Please convey that to the people that did that. It was very enjoyable. It was a very nice evening out. I was also able to go with the Jago John at Mths last week, which was also not as enjoyable as the play, I'm sorry. But it was enjoyable nonetheless. The churros were good. Yeah, I'll give you that, okay? The churros were good. And that's it. All right.
So we have our Teacher of the Year and Educational Service Professionals of the Year. Each principal is going to come up and recognize these individuals. I just wanted to take a second to thank everybody, one, for coming out, also for our teachers and educational service professionals. I know it's been a challenging couple of years, and I appreciate everything you've done for the students here at Manchester and what we will continue to offer. So congratulations, well deserved, and I look forward to continue working with you and then also hear about all the great things that you've done prior to my arrival. So I'd like to invite Mr. Adams up to start for the high school.
Good evening, Board of Education, community members. I will start off first with the ESP of the year. My ESP of the year is not here, but I will read what I wrote anyway. It is my pleasure to introduce Brenda Jernick as the ESP of the year. Brenda is a paraprofessional that goes above and beyond at MTHS. Mrs. Jernick takes a student-first approach to the school and community. In the classroom, Mrs. Jernick can be observed assisting teacher-led student learning. Mrs. Jernick supports an environment that is conducive to student learning. Her collaboration with educators is always positive and rapport with students with focuses on both academic and social emotional learning. Each year, teachers fight to have her in the classroom because they know she helps foster a positive learning environment. Mrs. Jernick excels in any classroom she has been assigned to. She has an abundant amount of kindness and humor to reach students to help guide their success. Mrs. Jernick is always available and ready to lend a helping hand, whether it is helping any student in need, covering a colleague's class, or having to switch assigned placements at a moment's notice. Outside of the classroom, she has been highly involved in Helping Hands for Hunger since its inception, Kevin Kids, the Advanced Placement Program, Freshman Orientation, and has been a member of the MTHS Blood Drive for those years. She can often be spotted supporting the MTHS community by attending sporting events and the arts initiatives. There is an extra benefit for having her at the high school. She has tremendous baking skills. And from time to time, you get a chance to taste her goodies. Seriously though, her dedication and her pride is always appreciated and should be commended. It is for these reasons I'm honored to present Ms. Jernak with the ESP of the Year. Okay, Teacher of the Year. It is my honor to introduce the MTHS Teacher of the Year, Christine Wolfman. And her parents are here. Parents, stand up. Husband, stand up. Come on, stand up. Come on, stand up, guys. Now, I will say, she did not want me to give the speech for her. She wanted her students to give her the speech. But since they heard all the other principals were giving the speech, they then said, we don't want to do it. She is known as the amazing Christine Wolfman. She teaches special ed math. Here is what a colleague said about her. She is painfully on time. What that means, she arrives to school around 5:30 a.m., coordinates with the custodian to make sure the building is open. That's how much she cares about being prepared for the day. She's also erratically energetic. That means every day she is passionate about teaching and making connections with students. She has a high energy level that creates a vibrant, fun learning environment for her students. She is willing to do whatever it takes to make sure her students learn. She is chronically dependable. That means whatever we need for her, she's always willing and able to help. From preparing prom sashes, making masks for staff members, selling spirit t-shirts, and decorating bulletin boards to create a positive culture among staff and students. As you can tell, we call her Wolfie or Wolfman. She is the glue that keeps the heartbeat of the high school going. It is not very often you find a teacher and a coach with as much positive energy and enthusiasm that impacts the school community. One of the biggest compliments I've heard a student say, Miss Wolfman makes me believe I can learn anything. It is that statement that makes Wolfman the Teacher of the Year. Once a student enters her classroom, they are dramatically impacted and inspired. Ms. Wolfman, be proud. You touch lives. We couldn't be happier that you were voted by your peers as Teacher of the Year. Teacher of the Year. On behalf of the Board of Education, students, parents, staff and administration, and community, we congratulate you and your family on the prestigious award. Congratulations. You taking a picture? Yes.
Okay, oh, sorry, I thought she was gonna speak first.
Thank you, congratulations. Next, I would like to invite up Mrs. Nancy Driver to represent Manchester Township Middle School.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone. I would like to congratulate all of the teachers and service providers of the year for this wonderful honor that you are receiving tonight. So I'm going to start out. It is with great pleasure and pride that I introduce the Manchester Township Middle School's Educational Service Professional of the Year, Leslie Olds. As an occupational therapist, Leslie's job takes her to multiple schools in a week. So only a small part of what she accomplishes on a regular basis, and we see here at the middle school, is outstanding. She consistently demonstrates patience and flexibility in supporting students, and she is always willing to go that extra mile to meet their needs. It is not always easy. Like when she arrives to find her desk has been removed from her office and replaced with a wall of boxes. Still, she perseveres and makes sure all of her students receive the therapy they need. She is joined today by her daughter, Angelica, and her mom, Sue, who I am sure are very proud of her. If anyone wants to understand the positive impact an occupational therapist can have on a child's education, then just observe Leslie at work. Leslie teaches a cooking lesson with the autism and multiple disabled students, where she teaches all phases of a recipe, from reading it, prepping for it, and cooking it. And although she has a plan for the lesson, she is always making little adjustments that ensure students feel engaged and successful in their task, regardless of their ability level. What really makes Leslie stand out is how she builds positive and productive relationships she builds with her colleagues. Leslie is extremely knowledgeable, and colleagues seek her advice about strategies for helping struggling students. Leslie has worked with every type of students over the years and every level in our district. And one thing that is consistent is her caring attitude and her ability to really listen to children and make them feel heard. As a result, she is often able to reach the most challenging students and understand them. And she's input invaluable to teachers, counselors, and administrators who are trying to find ways to support children. On behalf of the Manchester Middle School family, I want to thank her for her positivity, dedication, professionalism. Congratulations, Leslie. It is also with great pleasure that I introduce Mrs. Christine Laporte as the Middle School Teacher of the Year. We congratulate her along with her husband, John, sons, Lance, Austin, and Logan. Mrs. Laporte is a graduate of the University of Delaware and has taught science at the Manchester Middle School for the past 15 years. Mrs. Laporte has built a career around helping students and being an active member of the Manchester community. As a teacher of 15 years, she's established herself as an accomplished teacher who has earned the respect of parents and colleagues. Her teaching style reflects her own life. She demands a lot from her students while promoting a caring environment where all students thrive. Mrs. Laporte has established herself as an absolutely outstanding teacher. She has approached her role like every aspect of her life, with an exemplary work ethic, positive attitude, and the energy often seen from a brand new teacher. She embraced and is piloting the Open Sci-Ed program, and her enthusiasm with the program is applauded. She facilitates activities to encourage her students and has launched Earth Day Field Day and March Mammal Madness, two of our students' favorites. Mrs. Laporte not only brings a demand for a high level of performance from her students, but she also expands their experiences by bringing the community into her classroom and bringing her students into the community. Mrs. Laporte volunteers at the All Fur Rescue along with her son. She has worked closely with the district administration to include all fur education in the Manchester schools. This is an endeavor to increase an awareness of animal welfare. In addition to her commitment to her students, Mrs. Laporte actively participates in a variety of charitable organizations, including the Kevin's Kids Holiday Drive, All Fur Rescue, and has facilitated the Middle School Cheer Committee. Mrs. Laporte plays a key role in fundraising events as organizer and facilitator. Once again, I would like to congratulate Christine and her family for her accomplishments and wish her the best of luck as she begins the journey as the Manchester Township Middle School Teacher of the Year.
Next, Mrs. Linda Waldron will come up to represent Manchester Township Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all of our ESPs and Teachers of the Year. It is my privilege to announce Rebecca Amy as MTS's Educational Services Professional of the Year. Since 2016, Rebecca has made a difference to our school community by her thoughtful, caring nature and her will-do attitude. She is our full-time speech and language pathologist and makes it her mission to help struggling students communicate as she listens to their needs. She manages her extremely large and diverse caseload without a complaint, and she shares her knowledge of speech and language development with her colleagues. Each year, Rebecca maintains her American Speech Language Hearing Association credentials on her own time. She attends outside professional development opportunities to learn new skills and strategies so that her speech therapy room is not only current, but fun and engaging. Mrs. Amy takes the time to get to know all of her students. She's genuinely interested in their hobbies and their activities inside and outside of school, and she truly cares about their families. She often recommends when a student's family might need assistance, which works very closely with our Kevin's Kids program, to see that they get whatever they need. When I think of Mrs. Amy, I think of her smile that is always on her face. She's so positive and she's so happy to be part of the MTS family and will be the first one to volunteer to help out when anything is needed. She demonstrates leadership in our building by being part of our school's safety team, helping to improve upon the procedures, keeping the safety of our students and staff foremost. She'll create and suggest new ideas to improve our drill procedures, and she adds so much to our school culture and climate. She willingly takes on arrival and dismissal duties. She greets our students with a smile, and most recently will hand out many tickets to our students. She will always, whether it's raining or shining, she's always there. This year, she has volunteered to give up her lunch to co-lead the Dragon Den Social Skills Lunch Group. She recognizes the importance of social skills and social and emotional learning for all. I can honestly say that she has the respect and admiration of our students, staff, parents, and administrators. Rebecca is responsive to requests for articulation screening. She gives teachers helpful suggestions whether the student qualifies or not for speech and language services. She will often consult with the INRS team, and she works very closely with the child study team to be sure that all of our MTS students are getting what they need. In her spare time, she provides speech services in the community at Ocean Speech and Learning, and she is also a volunteer with the Pitties and Pals, which is a rescue organization for pit bulls. But her real love is her soon-to-be daughter, 2-year-old daughter, Gemma, and she's here tonight. I thank you, Michael, her husband, who's also here, and Gemma, for sharing her with us at MTES. We are grateful to have her as our educational service professional. From all of the MTS staff, Mrs. Moore and myself, we congratulate Ms. Rebecca Amy. It's 18. She's very proud of her mom. It is my privilege to announce Jessica Brosnan as Manchester Township Elementary School's Governor's Educator of the Year. She is perhaps one of the most exceptionally skilled and dedicated educators that I have ever had the pleasure to work with. While it is true that she inspires students of all backgrounds and abilities to learn, she also inspires staff and administrators to want to learn more as well. She is a highly respected staff member, and when asked how to describe her, her colleague said that she should be noted for her high level of skill and knowledge, her community-mindedness, her kindness and concern for all children, her true dedication to helping students of all backgrounds and educational levels, and most of all, for her unwavering patience in even the most challenging of situations. She can always be counted on and will always get the job done right the first time. I have worked closely with her as her principal since 2014. However, her talents have spread across this district for the past 20 years. Most staff utilize all district resources at their disposal. Well, Mrs. Brosnan is that staff resource for many, old and new, and they look to her for guidance and assurance. She approaches every educational or behavioral challenge presented by a student as a puzzle to be solved. She analyzes the situation, she conducts research to find an appropriate solution, and she begins working toward that solution immediately. She's a true interventionist, and she specializes in early childhood, which is an asset to us as our youngest students truly need her support. Mrs. Brosnan wears many hats at MTS. She serves as a basic skills interventionist, reading disability and dyslexia screener, Wilson Reading Foundation's facilitator and trainer, and she is member of many committees, including our school safety team, attendance, tiered system of support, and intervention and referral services committee, just to name a few. And if that isn't enough, on her own time, she is the district energy consultant. She put the air conditioning on, by the way, for those.
We just noticed that.
You might want to turn it down a bit. And she coordinates all the behind-the-scenes work of our town-wide holiday drive, Kevin's Kids. Throughout all of these efforts, she collaborates with colleagues, students, and families to create a school climate of respect and success. Jessica's dedication extends far past the educational realm, because if we learn that a child needs a coat or a pair of sneakers, Jessica has already outfitted that child in the appropriate coat by the end of the day. And she's also ordered sneakers via Amazon. When a student demonstrated great difficulty in communication, Jessica decided to learn that child's native language so that she communicate with his father and him. This year, we had a large family move into the district with a very unclear educational history, and Jessica took it upon herself to track down staff from her former district across the United States so that we would be able to best serve the educational needs of all of those students. The bottom line is that Jessica is one of our most reliable go-to people to solve pretty much any educational mystery we may have. Mrs. Brosnan demonstrates leadership and innovation inside and out of the classroom, as evidenced by the fact that she's a lifelong learner, and she doesn't stop researching until she gets the answers to help our students and staff. Her love of learning is continuing currently as she's seeking her second master's degree in educational technology. What sets her apart is that she's a true leader among the staff without trying to be so. She demonstrates a spirit of compassion and professional inquiry daily. Our entire school community, students, parents, teachers, staff, and administrators appreciate her calm manner and her dedication to teaching and advocating for all those that are struggling. While she's not researching the latest reading trend, she can be seen taking her beautiful daughter Kennedy to dance classes or competitions, or she's traveling in her camper with her husband Stephen, or perhaps taking a trip to Disney with Kennedy, their favorite place on earth. The Manchester school community is fortunate to have her expertise and her leadership, and this administrator cannot imagine going to work without her at MTES. She is truly deserving of this honor. Congratulations, Jessica Brosnan.
All right, next we have Mrs. Nikki Mazer coming up for the last time to present our Teachers of the Year.
I was trying not to think about that, but. Good evening, everyone. I'm probably gonna have to do something about this a little bit. I am pleased to announce that Ridgeway's ESP of the Year is Mrs. Kathy Blaine. Kathy is joined tonight by her husband Gary, her children Charlie, Christopher, and Marina, and also her Ridgeway friends. And I believe, Mrs. Blaine, you have some other family members back there, I don't see. I first met Mrs. Blaine not as a staff member, but as a parent. I had the great pleasure of actually teaching both Charlie and Christopher, and so I know firsthand how dedicated, caring, and supportive Mrs. Blaine is in her home life as well as in her work life. Each and every day, Mrs. Blaine shows all of us what can be accomplished when we approach life with compassion, professional judgment, and a very witty sense of humor. Not only is she quickly able to diffuse pretty much any situation at any time, she uses her sense of humor to distract, amuse, and make long-lasting connections with students, staff, and families. Mrs. Blaine always has a smile, a joke, or a strategy to help us all make the best out of the most difficult of situations and events. She is a master when it comes to working with children with specific behavioral needs and challenges. She has a great understanding of how to help students learn self-regulation and knows how to offer support while maintaining a calm and composed demeanor. Mrs. Blaine is a great help to the other paras and teachers in the room. She is always willing to share her time, effort, and her expertise with others. Both staff and family seek her out to discuss ideas about how to handle many situations. Having experienced life a regional day before becoming a Ridgeway lunch aide and then a paraprofessional, Mrs. Blaine has a great understanding of how all of our roles work together for the common good of our school community. Mrs. Blaine is an active member of our school community and is involved with the high school football team, the PTA, and many fundraising events. She truly has a heart of gold. After years of knowing and observing Mrs. Blaine, I am sure that as a positive influencer, she has made a significant contribution to the lives of our children. I am so proud of your accomplishments, Kathy. I've known you for years. I've seen you grow professionally, and you are just absolutely one of a kind. And as an example, that I sent a letter home to my families a few weeks ago, just letting them know I was going to retire. And Kathy, in big blue letters, wrote on my letter, deny. So that's Kathy. And congratulations, Mrs. Blaine. Congratulations.
Are you okay if I jump in here?
Please.
Are you want me on that side?
Yeah.
No problem. I got it.
You got it.
There we go. No, you don't have to. Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It is my honor this evening to recognize our Ridgeway Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Nicola Robinson. Nicola is joined. Nicola is joined tonight by her parents, Mark and Debbie Skatigna, her husband, Alan, as well as Ridgeway friends, and her mother-in-law, Karen. So welcome and congratulations. I am so pleased to tell you about this educator who is passionate and intelligent and has raised the bar on finding new ways to increase student engagement and total participation. Her enthusiasm for teaching is absolutely contagious. Mrs. Robinson teaches math to 3 classes of 5th grade students. Not only does she find time to create outstanding, detailed lesson plans, her use of many strategies to promote student engagement make her a role model for other staff members as well. Mrs. Robinson's determination and insight allowed us to experience firsthand the endless possibilities of flexible seating. After researching the pros and cons of flexible seating and the impact it might have on performance, Mrs. Robinson spearheaded flexible seating arrangements in our building in order to promote student engagement in a safe and developmentally appropriate environment. Her endeavors were highly successful. Even in the pandemic and with COVID protocols, Nicole worked so hard to find ways to maintain creativity while keeping students safe and healthy. Mrs. Robinson is a true teacher leader. She serves as a mentor to a new teacher and also works closely to guide her student teacher. She created the first annual 5th grade talent show, which is now a permanent school event. She also works with colleagues on all kinds of fundraisers and events along with the Junior Impact Club. This creative and inspiring teacher always volunteers to lend a helping hand when it comes to anything requiring artistic talent. Mrs. Robinson is very creative and has logged many volunteer hours on all types of artistic endeavors for our building. She is the first to try new strategies such as Notice and Note, which has been highly effective to build comprehension skills. She continues to do an outstanding job finding ways to integrate math with other subjects. She is also our resident expert at all things related to technology. Mrs. Robinson has been a great resource in creating and managing Google Classrooms. She also uses and shares many apps that have enhanced our instruction. Her use of data to drive instruction is done always with fidelity and excellence. Her grouping of students is consistently appropriate for all learners, and this is demonstrated through the growth and performance of her students. Nicole has an outstanding rapport with students, families, and staff. In fact, time and time again, Mrs. Robinson hears from parents whose children have moved up to the middle school, and so do I. Not one summer passes by that I don't hear from 1 or 2 or 3 of Nicole's families. Her sense of humor, her positive attitude, and willingness to go above and beyond to make learning meaningful is commendable and always noted. I am so proud of Nicole Robinson's accomplishments, and I am so happy to have hired her over 6 years ago. Nicole, watching you grow has been so rewarding for me. And I know that your students appreciate all your efforts in creating an engaging and meaningful learning experience. And I remember the day that I actually interviewed her and actually was considering you for a position. And the thing that just really impacted me in such a profound way is that anywhere I went in town, whether it be a district event, a community event, out for pizza, whatever it was, Nicole was there working in some kind of capacity to the point where I remember my husband saying to me, is there anything that this girl doesn't do? She was literally everywhere, and it was just that work ethic that really, really struck me. And I knew if she worked that hard in so many things, she belonged to Ridgeway. She had to come to us. So congratulations, Nicole, I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations. Thank you. It works. Congratulations.
Next, we'll have Mrs. Evelyn Swift representing our small school with a big heart, Whiting Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all of the recipients tonight. First, I am going to start with our Educational Services Professional of the Year. I remember it like it was yesterday. A stack of resumes with Renee Penn at the top. Something about that name clicked and literally leapt off the page. It was like divine intervention. I read further and understood why. Miss Penn started her professional career at the Whiting School, and she made her mark immediately. And in the 5 years she served as our guidance counselor, she did tremendous things. As principal, I had many opportunities to work closely with Renee. This allowed me to get to know her both personally and professionally. Her consistent positive attitude and her passion for the children, the staff, and her work made her an absolute pleasure to work with. Her love for her work is evident as she always sees the glass half full. And you know what? There was like a joke in school that she would dress up in the Buddy costume, you know, Buddy from the Elf, and everybody would laugh, but she would wear it every single year. And she would wear it purposely because she always said that she was Buddy the Elf because she always saw the world like that. And she really did always see the world like that. Her wisdom and her professionalism go beyond her years. Her work ethic is unmatched. And in addition, Renee is someone who is always willing to lend a hand whenever and wherever she is needed. Ms. Penn became a natural leader while at Whiting School, organizing school-wide activities that would benefit all of our students. Every year, she sought more creative ways to promote social and emotional learning. She collaborated with classroom teachers on lessons designed to promote character education. Her responsibilities also included anti-bullying specialist, 504 coordinator, and serving as an advisor for the Junior Impact Club. In the midst of a pandemic, she sought ways to promote volunteerism for our students. She was always instrumental in bringing special things to our school, including the Lead You program, which our students enthusiastically embraced and eventually was implemented by all 3 elementary schools. In her effort to broaden her professional horizons, Ms. Penn transferred to the middle school this year. Our loss was indeed the middle school's gain. She is compassionate, hardworking, and collaborative. I miss you. I am confident that she is already making her mark here with the students and the staff. She'll be something else soon, not Miss Penn, but Mrs. Frank. Mrs. Frank, in just a few months. These things make her both an exceptional counselor and an exceptional human being. I am so proud of you. I am really, 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 really excited to acknowledge Ms. Penn as the Educational Services Professional of the Year. They have to change that.
I know.
Let's talk to the city. Renee, the Educational Services Professional of the Year. Ms. Renee Penn.
Thank you. I normally do that. I know.
I also want to acknowledge Renee's beautiful family, her parents, her sister, I think her niece.
Yeah.
They're all here tonight with her to celebrate her, and her future father. Wonderful. Thank you for being here with her tonight.
Thank you.
Next, I'm very excited to acknowledge our Teacher of the Year, or Governor's Educator of the Year. She's way in the back. Can you hear me, Stephanie? Stephanie is here tonight with her family, her husband, her daughter, her mother, I believe her mother-in-law as well. Stephanie Mercer's time at Whiting School has been short, but the impact she has made has been felt in tremendous ways. Mrs. Mercer came to Manchester Public Schools with experience teaching in Louisiana and Lakewood Public School District. She presently teaches first and second graders in the LLD program. She has provided a creative and supportive environment for her students. Her passion for her craft can be seen in all that she does. She is known for sharing resources and strategies to enhance professional practices, and her knowledge of best practices has served to enrich the educational lives of her students. She shared her knowledge by turnkeying an informative professional development on zones of regulation at a faculty meeting, which immediately got our staff excited. In addition, she is an asset to every committee that she serves on. She is a member of the IRNS committee, where she helps problem solve and offer strategies for struggling students. She has volunteered for many school events like our Barnes and Noble Night, and recently spearheaded a fundraiser the Y Ties. She has taught our summer jumpstart program, which helps, of course, students prepare for coming school year. And at present, she is teaching our STEAM program to our K1 and 2 students, crafting hands-on lessons that engage our students in meaningful experiments and projects. She has sown seeds of excitement in our students for gardening, helping to buy and plant New Jersey's first official state fruit, the blueberry bush, in our school garden. Most importantly, she is a reflective professional. She's always striving to become a better educator, and I am so excited this evening to acknowledge Mrs. Mercer as this year's Governor's Educator of the Year Award recipient, Stephanie Mercer.
Last but not least, we have Mrs. Lisa McAllis coming up for Regional Day School, or what I like to call our hidden gem in Ocean County.
Good evening, Mr. Farino. Thank you. Always the best for last, right?
Yeah.
Good evening, Board of Education members, Manchester community. It is indeed my honor tonight to introduce and honor our Teacher of the Year and our ESP of the Year. Tonight, Michelle DeSantis is joined by her children, Cole and Emma, her friend Dan, her parents, and her Regional Day School family. Michelle DeSantis is our Teacher of the Year. It is truly a well-deserved honor for a dedicated teacher that is skilled and innovative, as well as a leader of the building and community. This is the second time she's had this honor. She was first honored as Teacher of the Year in 2013. After graduating from Manchester High School, she attended Georgian Core College, and during her coursework, she completed some student teaching experience at Regional Day and learned hands-on about our school. She continued as a substitute and was hired as a cheerleading coach for Manchester High School. Right after graduation, she secured her first teaching position as a special ed teacher here in her hometown and continued to support the Manchester Township High School Hawks as their cheerleading coach for 7 years. For the past 18 years, she has been dedicated to educating students with the most diverse and significant disabilities, including but not limited to the deaf, blind, communication disordered, orthopedically disabled, developmentally delayed, and medically frail. Most recently, she developed a program for students ages 5 to 7. Caring, kind, happy, resourceful, compassionate, and vibrant are terms her colleagues use to describe her. Each day she brings warmth and a smile to the classroom and school. Each child is treated as if they were her own. On a daily basis, she is attentive to their needs and celebrates each child's success, no matter how big or small. When speaking of her students or the support personnel in her class, her face will light up and she says, "Those are my kids." The lessons and activities she plans incorporate academics, communication, and self-help skills. Her classroom is very bright and decorated with seasonal decor and student projects. She shares her love of children's literature and the sciences. Michelle is very creative and has embraced technology and continually uses it to meaningfully infuse 21st century and real-life skills in her classroom. Ms. DeSantis is an active member of our school community and family. For many years, she's been a valuable and contributing member of the Professional Development Committee, as well as our School Safety Committee and Climate Team. She enjoys coordinating Read Across America and school spirit activities. She's a member of the Manchester Township PTA Executive Board. One of her favorite volunteer activities is to assist Kevin's kids to brighten the holiday season for our families in need. In her free time, she teaches CCD classes at St. John's Church in Lakehurst, and she can also be found driving Cole and Emma to their activities and cheering on them from the sidelines at their soccer games. Michelle has a heart of blue and gold, and she has made significant and positive difference in the lives of many children, families, and members of our faculty over the years. She is truly deserving of the honor as Regional Day School's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. emotional too. It's my honor to introduce Mrs. Deborah Valero, more commonly known as our nurse Debbie. She's joined this evening by her husband Bob. Welcome. Congratulations as our ESP of the year. Ms. Valero graduated from Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan, and her and Bob moved to New Jersey where they raised their 4 sons and now enjoy their extended family of daughter-in-laws and grandchildren. She has over 35 years experience in the nursing field and has worked with pediatric to geriatric patients. For the past 13 years, she's called the Regional Day School in Manchester Township her home. Every day, she's always providing the highest quality of care under normal circumstances to emergency situations and is continually sharing resources, providing staff training, and reminders how to effectively wash our hands. We all know the Regional Day School is a special place for the most awesome students with some significant and precarious medical needs. On any given day, she's providing G-tube feedings, pulse ox monitoring, nebulizer treatments, dispensing medication, lifting, transferring students, custodial care, monitoring blood pressure, treating fevers, bumps, rashes, and nits, providing education on diabetes prevention, EpiPen use, measuring students' heights, weights, hearings, visions, you name it, she does it. Whenever called to an emergency or to comfort a student, she always has her magic spray in her travel bag. What I admire most about Nurse Debbie is her sense of humor, ability to keep calm under pressure, and her level of empathy. During her tenure, she has had some pretty intense situations. We had a staff member having a stroke during the course of the day. She sat there holding the staff member's hand. She remained calm when our previous woodshop teacher severed his finger. Each and every day, Nurse Debbie continually provides a caring and safe environment for everyone. She's a highly valued member of our school faculty and district. Just this spring, the MTEA awarded Debbie the district and district nurses the Unsung Hero Award for their efforts during the COVID pandemic. Since the pandemic began in the spring of 2020, Ms. Debbie's expertise and collaboration shined brightly. She worked with district personnel, nursing colleagues, county health officials, conducted contact tracing, filled out form after form, and checked and cross-checked her lists, protocols, and quarantine guidelines. These were demanding and arduous tasks as she worked well beyond school hours, during breaks, weekends, holidays, and always answered my calls on a Sunday afternoon with a smile. Over the years, she has participated in many activities in the community, autism walkathons, served numerous meals at our spaghetti dinners, created food baskets for the needy, and she was selected as the Regional Day School's ESP of the Year in 2017. She's an active member of many committees ranging from attendance to our child study team, and she also co-facilitates our parent support group. Nurse Debbie, you truly have a generous spirit and made a positive impact and difference in the lives of so many children as well as staff. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for all you do each and every day. Congratulations.
A big thank you to the principals for presenting that information. And then congratulations to all the recipients. That concludes our presentation for the Teachers of the Year and ESP.
Ms. Bernardo, you haven't been here for free. But as for our tradition, if you have young children, you need to leave now. Don't feel awkward getting up to leave because that's,
I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, buddy?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Like me to meet our meeting, please.
All right, I'm going to quickly recognize some students from across the district. As I said, I will do each month, and then I will give a brief as fast as I can superintendent report, because I know that we have some other reports. So for our elementary schools, for each of the elementary schools, which I will show you pictures of, we are recognizing our Junior Impact Club. They did a really great job. So for each of them, and again, this is up on the we're going to put it up on the website. But each of the schools work together. As you can see, this group, this is Manchester Township Elementary School, to plant 1,000 plants and flowers. And they did that over at the Outdoor Learning Garden here. And they also raised $700 for Oceans of Love Children's Cancer Association by selling candy grams last
We have the president of the Junior Impact Club with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. At Ridgeway, we're also recognizing the Junior Impact Club. Students worked at the Children's Memorial Garden and planted over 1,000 plants to beautify the area. Their kindness and compassion was noticed by Mr. Bruce Jones, a parent and organizer of the Memorial Garden. Congratulations.
Ms. Mazer, is that the garden over in Tom's River, the lake? Okay. If you've never been there, it's a fantastic, well, I'm gonna say fantastic, but it's in memory of all those lost marches. So when you walk around, you see the bricks and you see the dates, like a 3-month-old who died from cancer and those kind of things. Very sobering, but it's also very nice that they're, and one of our own, Carrie Ann, because her statue is there is for Carrie Ann. So continue on here.
At Ridgeway, we also wanted to recognize an individual student. This is David. David works hard as a volunteer for the Offer One Animal Shelter. He also makes presentations to his classmates about what it's like to have autism. He is truly an advocate. Congratulations, David. At Whiting Elementary School, we are also recognizing the Junior Impact Club. The students use math and their own creativity to help design the flower beds and plant them in the Children's Memorial Garden. They planted 1,000 plants and add to a very special place. And as you can see up there, Mrs. Swift tweeted this out, proud principal moment for her Junior Impact Club. Congratulations to the Whiting students. At Regional Day School, we are recognizing Marcus McCormick as most improved student. And he's wearing his shirt proudly at the baseball game. I had the opportunity as well to see Your Good Man, Charlie Brown, on Friday evening. I attended. What an incredible show, talented students. I think we have some aspiring actors and actresses that we will see them really blossom in the high school. It was a fantastic show, so congratulations to the cast and crew. The middle school, we also had our STEM and engineering fair. Participating students presented their projects, both regular and special education students worked was spotlighted. A variety of activities were also available for the attendees. The Manchester Times attended and will be writing an article to highlight the event. In this, we have worked very hard, and I say we, even though I was not here, but I know how much work goes into this for the students and for the administration that supported these 6 students. And I want to recognize them as they received and passed the Seal of Biliteracy test. And the State Seal of Biliteracy, it recognizes high school graduates who obtained a high level of proficiency in another language. They demonstrated in several different areas, and it has to be in another language in addition to English. The seal opens opportunities for higher education or joining the workforce as a bilingual and multilingual individual. Congratulations. So we have Willis, Chris, and Melissa up here. And then we also have Dana, Victoria, and Simon. So congratulations to these 6 individuals. And you ought to be proud of yourself. All right, I'm going to move right into my report. And I will try to keep it brief. Congratulations to all our teachers and the recipients for the ESP Award. Congratulations to our unsung hero who was recognized at the county level, Joseph D'Antonio. I was able to attend that event last week, and it was just nice to see students recognized for various things that they've done in our community and truly being an unsung hero. Welcome to our student representative, Allison Gilbert. Allison, you're a junior, right? Okay, so Allison will be with us next year, hopefully, as well. I was able to attend at the middle school the Student of the Month breakfast. Thank you, Mrs. Driver, for the invitation. What a beautiful event that you and your guidance counselors put together. Java with John was on the 5th. Thank you to Mrs. Waldron for hosting the event, for the churros, the chips and salsa. Thank you to the Board of Education members that were able to attend. I really appreciate your support. And this was the last one for the year, so we'll resume them again in September. Thank you to the board members who have expressed interest in coming out for some building tours. If you weren't able to do it this year, we can do the same thing next year if you're interested to come and see some of the classrooms. And we're going to continue to highlight some of the great things that are happening across the district. We've officially hit 100 ELLs in the district. I wanted to just let the board know about that because Mrs. Petroza and her team are working very hard to get the staff that are working with our ELLs sheltered instruction or SIOP trained. It just alleviates some of the pressure of having to implement a high intensity instruction model for our ELLs. In addition to that, I wanted to let you know that what we worked into our ARP ESSER grant was an additional ESL teacher that we can support. We will most likely be posting for that position and begin interviewing so that way we can hire them for September. For retirements, we have a couple of retirements in the board agenda. Susan Dyer with 43 years of dedicated service. Sheila Sontag with 8 years of service. And Kathleen Fromm with 3 years of service. For our curriculum committee, we're looking for one more member to be part of it. I know Mrs. Biscardi, Mr. Kelleher expressed interest. If any of the board members would like to be a part of it, we're looking for 3 board members to be part of the process. To sit with us on June 15th will be the meeting. And it's an all-day event, but you do not need to attend the daytime event. What we're going to do is at 5 p.m. before the board meeting, we're going to come together and just give some information about the health and PE standards, just about some of the curriculum that we're rewriting. So if every board member would like to be part of that, just email me. As part of our efforts to increase our military partnership, Mrs. Petroza and I attended the ribbon cutting ceremony of Starbase, which will be a welcomed addition for our 5th graders to attend STEAM and STEM engineering instruction on the base. We're also looking to have those programs happen over the summer. And today I met with the base to talk about how we can increase the presence of the military at the high school and some of the programs that they can offer, from things like suicide prevention all the way to STEM academies, working closely with ROTC, and really just having more of a presence in our high school. So I'm very excited for that. We're also in the process with Mrs. McAllis and Mrs. Antonucci of planning a county dance for students with disabilities. So we're looking to do that in October. We're going to be planning that, and we're really excited to have that. And that will be hosted at RDS. And lastly, I left all the board members a visual reminder, but our graduation is June 24th. Middle school is at 3:30 p.m. and the high school is at 6:30 p.m. Thank you.
Now our student representative, just give your report this one.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Allison Gilbert, and I'm a current member of the Manchester Student Government Executive Secretary. This month, we welcomed our new student government executive members. Rachel Oliver will be taking the position as publicist, Alexis Cervenak as vice president, and myself as president. I can proudly say that we are all very excited to work together and see what the next year will bring. As many of us have experienced, COVID has impacted our usual trips, but this year, Manchester Student Government has been given the opportunity to extend Six Flags on May 26th. There, we will be recognized for donating over $1,000 to charity. The New Jersey Association of Student Council will be running the trip, and it's there that we'll be receiving the award and the park will be shut down for the day. The student government executive members are happy to announce that we are holding our first somewhat special dance on June 5th. It will take place at the high school from 1 to 4, and anyone in grades K through 5th are welcome to attend, along with their special person. The junior and senior classes are working on putting together a proms, which will be held this Friday at the Ramada for the junior class and May 20th at the Mainland for the senior class. The sophomore class has started to sell tote bags for $20. If you're interested, that fundraiser is closing this Friday. The freshman class raised around $130 thanks to those who participated in the recent pretzel fundraiser. Lastly, to wrap it all up, we are starting our class elections to see who will hold what position next year. Good luck to all those who are planning to run a campaign.
Thank you. Mr. Lorenzo.
All right, you guys heard enough from the last one, but just one quick thing. The revised budget that we did present at the public hearing last month was approved by the county, so we are now in the process of getting that budget set up for the 22-23 school year. We're coming to the end of the current fiscal year. Just another year flew by, I guess, maybe not for everybody, but it seems like they fly by every year. So we're getting, getting ready to close up this school year and getting ready to start the next school year. And the last thing on the agenda in section 2 in personnel, we do have a sidebar agreement on the agenda to approve a revision to the salary guides for bus drivers. We did speak about that previously, so I'm asking the board to consider that tonight for the vote. And also, Allison, can I just grab a copy of your report so I can put it in the minutes?
That's it. Okay, thank you. All right, board members, any reports? And keeping with the theme of the night, short, please.
Okay, I'll go first. Congratulations to all the teachers and ESPs who were recognized earlier. I got to attend a tour of Whiting Elementary School. Thank you, Ms. Swift, for providing an awesome tour. It was nice to be in the building where I started my education in the trailers in kindergarten many, many years ago. I hope all of our teachers felt extra appreciated with last week's Teacher Appreciation Week. I got to attend Java with John on May 5th. It was nice to see so many staff and administrators there. Members of the PTA community were also present, and it was also nice to meet one of our new Wilson certified staff members. I also attended the Climate Committee meeting here at Manchester Middle School. It was nice to hear from student representatives on their thoughts about some of the behaviors. Vaping and phones seem to be the biggest issues. As an educator, I can definitely vouch for that too. I look forward to future meetings where we can go over ways to help rectify these behaviors and others. And May 8th to the 14th is Special Education Week. I would like to thank all of our special education teachers, paras, and those who provide related services for all that you do. Thank you.
Last month, I took a tour of all the schools. I want to thank the administrators for allowing me to spend some time in the buildings. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I said to Mr. Baronato, I'm going to say this to everybody, there are wonderful things going on in our schools. And I also said to Mr. Baronato, and I'm saying this to the board, we can find ways to get that out there even more. I've been in the community for over 20 years, and there are things going on in our schools that I didn't even know was happening. So I was really excited by the day I spent at our 6 schools. Thank you.
Real quick, I went to the middle school play, loved it. It was fantastic. The kids were awesome, and the staff did a fantastic job. Really good. I enjoyed it. We'll sing the old song from the little kids. Really good. Yeah, little Snoopy was adorable. Charlie Brown. I also.
Woodstock.
I wanted to make a mention about May 24th coming up to the board and to any administrators that are interested in attending. The Ocean County School Board's meeting will be at the Clarion in Toms River. You can either register online at Ocean County, at the New Jersey School Board Association, or Mr. Lorenzen, are you?
Yes, I can see
Okay. So he'll do it either way. If you want to just do it on the website, if you have a username and password, it always works out well there. I wanted to express the topic that, as president of the School Board Association and my whole team that I work with, because there's no I in my team and no I in this team, we plan out the meetings for the year, and the meeting topic, which I feel is very important for our board and every board, is best practices of the Board of Education. You know, our board is young. We haven't, some of us haven't been on the board for very long. I think that coming to the training, hearing from, we have Jackson Superintendent coming. So Nicole Parmeri will be presenting all about best practices. I think, you know, ethics training is very, very, very important for a board to know. And a lot of parts that we need to know, you know, there's so much. So I hope that you will attend. I hope if any administrators want to attend as well. If you have any questions or concerns as to how to do it, just let me know. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I got to take a tour of the high school, so thank you, Mr. Adams, and Mr. Mundo gives an amazing tour. I highly suggest it. And Ms. Pedrosa and Ms. McHale, I also got to go to Regional Day School for a tour. And I also joined the Climate Committee that was held here at the middle school. So it was nice to hear some different things going on.
Anyone else? All right, we'll close board member reports. Public participation on agenda items only. For the in there, you have a 3-minute limit. If you wish to speak on anything that's on the agenda, now would be the appropriate time. Everybody rush to the podium. All right, seeing none, we'll close that. Mr. Lorenzen, do we have any old business or any correspondence?
No old business, no correspondence.
Okay, we'll proceed into the voting section of the meeting. Section 1A, minutes numbers 1 and 2. I need a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples.
Yes.
Ms. Mount.
Yes.
Mrs. Kelleher. Abstain. Mr. Servant.
Yes.
Mr. Merkin.
Yes.
Swingler.
Yes.
Mr. Scardy.
Yes.
Mr. P.
Yes. B, consulting agreement number 1. Any motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples.
Yes.
Ms. Mount.
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher.
Yes.
Mrs. Servant.
Yes.
Mr. Merkin. Yes. Ms. Swingler.
Yeah.
Mr. Scardy.
Yes.
Mr.
Yes. C, technology ticketing software number 1. Need a motion? Motion. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Staples.
Yes.
Ms. Mount.
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher.
Yes.
Mr. Servant.
Yes.
Mr. Merkin.
Yes.
Ms. Swingler.
Yeah.
Mr. Scardy.
Yes.
Mr. P.
Yes. D, global compliance network number 1. Need a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion?
Will staff have access to this over the summer so that way they can get a jump start on it before the school year starts as it's right now?
Yeah, can we also look at this issue? I don't know, who's in charge of doing this?
It's just the Troza myself. There's different layers to it because of the mandatory training.
But there's like 30 things on there, and it's just an awful, it takes hours and hours and hours for our staff to get through this stuff. And some of this stuff, I know when you say it, it says we got every 4 years or every 5 years. We haven't done it every year. Perhaps we can.
You can streamline it. I'll take a look and see what I've done.
It's just an awful lot of stuff there. Awful lot of stuff. Okay, good. Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples.
Yes.
Ms. Mount.
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher.
Yes.
Mr. Servant.
Yes.
Mr. Merkin.
Yes.
Ms. Swingler.
Yeah.
Ms. Scardy.
Yes.
Mr. P.
Yes. E, Lincoln agreement number 1. Need a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples.
Yes.
Ms. Mount.
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher.
Yes.
Mr. Servant.
Yes.
Mr. Merkin. Ms. Swingler.
Yeah.
Mr. Scardy.
Yes.
Yes. F, curriculum numbers 1 through 4. Any motion?
Motion.
Any discussion? Really, no discussion on textbooks these days in public education? Wow. All right, hearing none, call for roll call.
Mr. State?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Ms. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Mr. Scardy?
Yes.
G, food service management, yes, I'm sorry. G, food service management company renewal, number 1. Need a motion, please?
Motion?
Second. Any discussion?
I just want to say that a while ago, a survey went out, I know Mr. Lawrence, and you dealt with it, and I want to thank you for reaching out to the company and encouraging better lunches, as my daughter has praised the sandwiches, the hoagies that they have here at the middle school. So I'm hoping that next year we'll continue on this path of choice for.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, next year, actually, they'll probably have, we'll be back to our regular lunch service next year, at least at this time. So they will have many more options next year due to COVID restrictions and things being lifted.
Thank you for making it better this year, though.
You're welcome.
All right. Anyone else? Roll call,
Mr. Staples?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Mr. Scardy?
Yes.
Yes. A, software agreement, number 1. Need a motion? Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Staples?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman? Yes. Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Mr. Scardy?
Yes.
Yes. Section 2A, administrative, number 1 through 6. Need a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman? Yes. Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Ms. Scardy?
Yes.
Yes. B, personnel, number 1 through 35. Need a motion?
Motion? Second?
Any discussion?
Bear with me. Mr. Staples?
Okay, abstain on all supervisory personnel at the high school, and abstain on Daniel Staples and other Staples, teachers at the high school. All others.
Ms. Mount?
Yes, for everyone.
Ms. Keller?
I am abstaining from any Ridgeway administration, Michelle Nickel, and Ridgeway teacher Karen Kelleher, yes, to all others.
Mr. Surman?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Abstain from Deborah Galaro, yes to all
Ms. Scardy?
Yes.
And Mr. P?
I abstain, Ridgeway administration plus Michelle Nickel and Elaine Page, the teacher at Ridgeway, yes to all the rest. And welcome, Dr. Ross.
Yes, welcome.
All right. Student personnel, number 1. Need a motion?
Motion?
Second. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Staples?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman?
Yes.
Ms. Merkin? Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Mr. Scardy?
Yes.
Yes. Section 3A, finance, number 1 through 5. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Staples?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Surman?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Yes. Ms. Wingler?
Yes.
Mr. Scardy?
Yes.
Mr. P?
Yes. All right, we'll open the floor for public participation in any item. Actually, I have one. The elementary school principals, are we back to normal with everything pre-2019? Like the breakfast for the 5th graders, the plays for the 1st grade, or whatever the program they did for 1st grade, and having parents come back in and get involved in our schools again? Are we bringing everybody back like we used to do?
We have a lot of end of the year events planned, and there are already going on for the parents. We have some restrictions on some of the number of volunteers to space maybe in the classroom, but we are bringing back all the concerts, we're bringing back field days, like one field day, a lot of great things for the end of the year.
Okay, that's true of Whiting and
Yeah.
Ridgeway as well?
It is.
So all the things that the parents used to be able to come into the schools, because that's how you build your schools, have the parents come in and see these things. And if I'd never do another remote meeting in my life, it'll be too soon.
And also, if I could just add, I feel some of the things learned through the pandemic is the great use of our outdoor spaces that people really ended up loving. So one of the things we've been able to do is like the grade 5 Ridgeway for breakfast, and that might look a little different than the others, but we learned how to push things outside that the families really love and have things like dance parties and just all kinds of fun activities outside when we can. So that was one of the things that we've been able to do.
Because I used to love the first grade plays and stuff, the first grade team that used to do, the parents coming in and you can always tell who the parents were because they had that smile, you know? And we've been missing that for the last few years. We need that back. So, okay, good.
I just have one quick thing that I forgot. For anyone that's watching, we are doing our preschool lottery drawing. We're going to do it live, and it's going to be on May 26th. Information and applications will be out next week on how to participate in that lottery.
Very good. All right, anyone else have anything to share? All right, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Second. All right, all in favor? All right, see you next month. If not, during the month ahead. Bye.